My name is Danby. I'm a Sustainable Design Program Manager here at Autodesk, and I'm a designer. And you've heard a lot from colleagues and customers about really the power of how our customers, and really how, we're looking a lot at engineers, particularly in the last couple of presentations, the realm of manufacturing. And one of the things that I've been really interested in and that we've been focusing on in the last year is the issue around behavior change, particularly around students. I don't think I need to convince you that students are really the future of engineering and design, and they're going to be determining in many ways the kinds of decisions we're making around materials, around developing new, clean energy technologies, and so forth. But one of the things that I was surprised by, last year we went and did a bunch of research, talked to a lot of students and professors all over the place, and found that they really were not being taught about how the decisions they were making impacted the environment. They didn't really know how to estimate those kinds of things. Increasingly we found that they were actually really, really interested. I mean, they saw themselves as kind of wanting to go into the clean tech realm. They wanted to be able to understand these kinds of things, but they weren't really quite getting it from their education. And so what we set out to do was really start to mobilize the Autodesk education community. So for those of you who don't know, Autodesk has 1.8 million students on our education community. We give free software, professional grade software, to students with 3-year licenses all over the world. And I think you'd be surprised actually to see the kinds of things that those students do. We've got students, high school students, elementary school students who are doing robotics, like advanced robotics work. We've got university students who are developing kind of the next generation of solar cars. And we'll hear today from Erin Endinghall from Stanford's ME310 program, and their group. Kristen Gale is also here in the audience. And what they were doing at Stanford really kind of exemplifies what we've been trying to encourage. So in this last year, we launched the Autodesk Sustainability Workshop. The URL is up there on the slide, so it's autodesk.com/sustainability workshop. You can also follow us on Twitter @EcoWorkshop. And what I'll do is just give you a little snippet of it, just a quick video to give you a taste of what we've done, but it's really not comprehensive. What we set out to do was to introduce the concepts that are most important in sustainable design and mechanical engineering. A lot of the things that have to do with design for disassembly, design for long life. How do you design things to last? How do you design things to be repairable? How do you look at something you're designing and really begin to measure the materials used and decrease the amount of materials you're using? Really, how do you start lightweighting? We're thinking about things in terms of full systems. We've created almost 30 minutes of video, all cut up into short films, and they're really terrific, but that's really not all that's on the site. We've got tutorials, data sets, a whole set of additional tools, all free on the web for anybody who cares to look at them, to show you not just what tools are available, but then how do you use them and how do you start thinking about these problems. So, really quickly, I will show you a film that features Jer Faluti, who is here in the audience with us today.
When it comes to sustainability, how your product ends its life is often as important as how it lives. Will your product spend thousands of years trapped in a landfill along with the valuable raw materials it contains? Or will it get reincarnated into a new product right away, requiring less material to be dug up somewhere else? Well, that all depends on how you design it. Some products are easy to design for end of life. You can choose not to mix a bunch of materials together, like you see in a typical juice box. Instead, use an aluminum can, a single simple material that's recyclable everywhere. But what about something like a laptop? That's more complicated. How it ends its life depends largely on how easy it is to disassemble. If your laptop is difficult or intimidating to take apart, chances are its next stop is the dump. If accessing its components and materials is easy, all kinds of possibilities open up. Maybe its user will take it in for repair or upgrade instead of throwing it away. Or maybe an e-waste recycler will extract the valuable metals and plastics without letting any toxins escape. Whatever the case, it's a race against the clock. Users want convenience. Recyclers have a very limited time to separate materials and remove hazardous components. Let's start by looking at some simple strategies to design for disassembly. Many of them will even make manufacturing cheaper.
So I want to thank the folks at Free Range Studios. For those of you who are familiar with the Story of Stuff videos, this is very much in direct, very much kind of an answer to some of the call that they've made to the design and engineering communities to really start looking at life cycle of stuff. They've done a bunch of work around electronics recently, and what we really set out to do with these videos is to start looking at a lot of the issues that really relate to the problems of e-waste. So that's the new content that's up there, and I hope that one snippet of the video encourages you to go and take a look at others, because I think they're worth your time and you'll enjoy them. We're really excited about the Sustainability Workshop Initiative, really because it is the first time that, it's the first of this kind of content. And we've also seen a huge amount of interest without even talking to some of these schools. We've got students at the University of Calgary who are using this. We've heard from students in China, we've heard from teachers in Europe, all of whom are starting to incorporate all of our materials into their classwork right now. So we're really excited about that. And relatedly, I want to now introduce you to Erin Engelhall, who really exemplifies the kind of student that we want to really show off in the Sustainability Workshop. Aaron is a mechanical engineering student, but he is also, not only is he passionate about physics, but he's also creative. He's not only really interested in the technology, but is also a very hands-on kind of builder. And that's really the kind of thing that we want to encourage as well. It's taking the ideas around sustainability, putting them into practice, and actually building them into the things that we're making. So with that, please welcome Erin Engelhall. He's going to tell us about the Green Talk.